Hey, scholars. Happy Monday. I hope that you had a great weekend and that you were able to do some things with your family. Today, for our writing lessons, we are going to be starting a new topic. We are going to be focusing on prefixes. Try saying that to yourself. Prefixes. Now, you may have heard of prefixes before, but prefixes are a letter or group of letters attached to the beginning of a word that changes its meaning. We're going to focus on using prefixes in sentences to create the correct meanings. And we're going to start by watching this brain pop video.
Just add one more to the top. It's okay, Moby. We can rebuild it. What are prefixes? A prefix is a letter or a group of letters that is attached to the beginning of a word to change its meaning. Well, in the word rebuild, the root word is build. The prefix re means again. So rebuild means to build again. When you rewrite something, you write it over again. When you replant a flower, you plant it again.
So in all of these examples, they start with re, re. The prefix is re. Replant to plant again. Rebuild to build again.
The prefix miss means wrong or badly. So misspell means to spell incorrectly. People misbehave when they mistreat others. Cool. You're a superstar. The prefix super can emphasize the meaning of a word or make it greater. Prefixes can change the meaning of a word. What prefixes give a word an opposite meaning? In the word unsafe, the root word is safe, but the prefix un means not. So unsafe means not safe. This cake has unequal slices. It's unlucky if your ice cream falls. You unwrap a gift. The prefix dis also means not. You might dislike something or disagree with someone. Pinocchio's nose grew when he was dishonest. I can think of other prefixes that give the root word an opposite meaning. The prefixes ill, m, n, usually mean not. Illegal means not legal. Impossible means not possible. Inconsiderate means not considerate. Irresponsible means not responsible. What prefixes describe amounts or numbers? You can use words that you know to help you figure out what prefixes mean. I know a bicycle has 2 wheels, and binoculars have 2 lenses. A tricycle has 3 wheels, and a triangle has 3 angles or corners. So the prefix bi means 2, and tri means 3. There are 100 years in a century, so the prefix cent means 100. There are 1,000 millimeters in a meter, so the prefix milli means 1,000. I know there are a ton of prefixes, but you learn them as you read. How can prefixes help you understand what you read? I'm reading a book about plants. Some plants can grow in sub-zero temperatures. I'm not sure what the word sub-zero means. I can break apart the prefix and the root to help me understand. I know that a submarine travels underwater, and a subway travels below ground. the prefix sub must mean under. So sub-zero temperatures must mean temperatures that are below 0 degrees.
So the second half of this video talked a lot about prefixes and root words and how we can use our knowledge of root words and our knowledge of prefixes to identify the meaning of a word. We are not going to work on that today. We are just going to focus on the main prefixes and how we can use them to add them to words in sentences to create the correct meaning. We're going to pause the video really quickly. Okay, now hopefully the sound is matching how my mouth is moving. It was a little bit slow. But we're going to talk about the main prefixes here that we're going to talk about today. First is re. Re's meaning is to do again. An example is if we take the root word build and we add the prefix re, we have rebuild. That means to build again. We're also going to focus on the prefix pre. Pre means before. We can view something. When we add the prefix pre, preview, to view before. We might see it before. We're going to focus on the prefix dis. That means the opposite meaning or not. So we have the root word trust. When we add the prefix dis, we have distrust, which means to not trust someone. Next, we have un. Un is the same meaning as dis. Un also means not. It's the opposite meaning of the root word. So the root word happy, when we add the prefix un, we have unhappy. That means not happy. Dis and un mean the same thing, but when we focus on the root word, we figure out which prefix we use. Are we going to use dis or un? And we'll see that in a couple examples here. So we're going to keep in mind those 4 prefixes, and we'll see it in our directions today. Today you're going to need your composition book and a pencil so that you can follow along with our work. Your directions: select the correct prefix to complete the word to make the sentence true. Use either re, pre, dis, or un. To bake the cookies, we need to blank heat the oven to 400 degrees. Go ahead and write this sentence down in your composition book, and we're going to identify together. Do we need to use re, pre, dis, or un? So our root word here is heat. We need to blank heat the oven to 400 degrees. When we add a prefix to heat, this sentence will be complete. Well, I know that before we bake cookies, we need to set the temperature in the oven. We need to do that before we put the cookies in. I know that the prefix pre means before. We can use the prefix pre here in front of heat. And we can create the word preheat. Now when we reread the sentence, the meaning will be correct. To bake the cookies, we need to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Pre, to do before. Heat the oven before we bake the cookies. Make sure you have preheat in your composition book, and we're going to move to our next example. I already saw that movie, but I will blank watch it. Our root word here is watch. As I reread through the sentence, I see that I've already watched this movie, but I can watch it again. Which one of our prefixes can we add before watch to tell that we're going to watch this movie again? Let's look back at our 4 choices here. Do you see one that would be the best choice to put before watch? To say that we are watching this movie again? Awesome. I see it too. We're going to use re. I will re-watch it. In your composition book, you can make sure that you've added the prefix re to the root word watch. I already saw that movie, but I will re-watch it. I'm going to watch it again. Can you think of your favorite movie that you like to re-watch over and over again? I have a couple that I watch over and over. Next sentence says, she was blank honest when she lied to her mom about the broken computer. I'm seeing 2 opposite things here in this sentence. What words do you see that are actually opposite? Yeah, I see honest and I see lied. I know that those words are opposite. If she lied to her mom, I know that she is not honest. So whatever prefix we choose for our root word honest, we need it to mean not. Now, I know that we have 2 choices here that are the opposite meaning or mean not that root word. I'm going to try both and see which one matches my root word honest. She was dishonest. She was unhonest. In this example here, we actually use dis. If you already knew that dis was the correct prefix for honest in this sentence, you can give yourself a pat on the back. You did a good job. She was dishonest when she lied to her mom about the broken computer. Let's move to our next example. I was blank amused by the boring puppet show. I see 2 opposite meaning words here in this sentence. What are those 2 opposite meaning words that you see? Yeah, I see amused and I see boring. Amused means I like something and it is exciting to me. It is entertaining. Boring, I don't like it. It's not entertaining. I'm bored. So that means our prefix, again, needs to be a prefix that tells the opposite meaning of the root word, amused. Well, just like our last example when we had dis and un, and we were trying to decide which would be the correct prefix, dis or un, we're going to try both with our root word here. Say them both to yourself. Disamused, unamused. Which one was correct? Yes, we are going to use unamused here. I was unamused by the boring puppet show. I was not amused. Here is our next example. That book was blank eventful because nothing happened. I know that if a book is eventful, that means things happen. But this sentence says nothing happened. Does that mean that this book was eventful? No, it means it was not eventful. Again, we need a prefix that tells the opposite meaning of the root word eventful. What are our 2 prefixes that tell the opposite meaning of the root word that mean not? Yeah, dis and un. So let's go back to our sentence. That book was diseventful or that book was uneventful. Which one is correct? Yeah, we're going to use uneventful. Great. Let's move to our next example. We were early to the movie, so we saw the blank views. What is the correct prefix for the root word views here? We were early to the movie. What happens before the movies? I'm going to bring you back up to our 4 choices here, and I want you to make the correct choice. Did you figure out the correct prefix for the root word views? Yeah, previews, before the movie. If we're early, we're there before the movie. The prefix pre means before. Previews. Awesome. That's all of our examples that we have for today. Tomorrow we're going to focus on some different prefixes. We're going to use a couple different prefixes tomorrow. But today we're just going to continue using re, pre, dis, or un. In your independent work, your directions are the same. Select the correct prefix to complete the word to make the sentence true, using either re, pre, dis, or un. Now, I will see you guys tomorrow, where we're going to learn more about prefixes. Please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I am here to help, and I can't wait to see you all tomorrow. Have a great Monday. Bye, everyone.